So amid tensions along the line of actual control, India has once again warned the dragon. Indian envoy to China, Vikram Misri, sent out a strong message saying the only way to resolve military standoff along LOC is for China to stop erecting new structures. He's also added, China's claim of sovereignty over Galwan remains untenable. Warning China, he further added that their attempt to alter the status quo on ground can have ripples and repercussions in border bilateral relationship. India today has also accessed key details of military talks between India and China. During these talks, PLA stated they are 800 meters away from Chinese claim line in Galwan. Sources add, this is extremely close to the line of actual control and implying Chinese advancements are alarming. Sources have added that PP-14, which is Galwan and Pangong Lake, were discussed in detail in top commanders meeting, and China raised some concerns about India's deployment in forward areas. And bringing you now, India today has accessed an eye-opening high-resolution satellite images. These are from the Pangong Tso area in Ladakh. On your screens now, is that clear evidence? A proof of constant Chinese build-up in eastern Ladakh. Satellite images show that there are Chinese tents, boats in Pangong Tso's Finger 4 to Finger 8 areas. Many Chinese utility vehicles can also be seen rumbling along the Pangong shore in an attempt to simply overwhelm. These images are from June 12th, which is just days before the face-off. These images accessed by India today from Planet Labs reveal the extent of the Chinese challenge faced by Indian armed forces. And India Today's news director here now explaining every single detail of this high-resolution map of Pangong, which has been accessed. Take a look at this perspective.
We've seen on our network images from the Galwan Valley, we've seen images from hot springs. Today, we will take you to this area, from about Finger 3 till Finger 8. Those are the pictures we've accessed. This, of course, is Google Earth's archive image, but it gives you a sense of the lay of the land. The Indian claim line extends till Finger 8. The Chinese claim line extends till Finger 4. The area in the middle was unmanned and a no man's land in some senses. They would patrol, we would patrol. Now what the Chinese have done is that they've come in an act of treachery and betrayal and sat around Finger 4. While that's been known so far, what wasn't known was the exact nature of the military deployment and how that's changing. So that's what I'm going to show you. So the first thing that I'll show you is from this area, the beach area of Finger 4. And here it comes on your screen. Now remember, as I said, we have two satellite maps, one from the 27th of May 2020, the others from 12th of June 2020. If you see the first map, and this is where I need our producers to zoom in really close so that you can see this as tight as you possibly can. So the image on my right and your left is from the 27th of May, where you see some Chinese vehicles, you see a few Chinese tents, but it's very marginal, the deployment over here. It isn't extensive. In the 3 weeks from the 27th of May till the 12th of June, and this is where I now want you to come into this area. Now remember, in some images you've seen previously, in this beach area, you've seen the Indian and the Chinese armies in hand-to-hand combat. It happened in this beach area. Now the Chinese have come, and on the 12th of June you can see extensive Chinese vehicle deployment, more tents. You've got some boats that have been deployed as well, and there are lots of vehicles that have been placed over here. So I've put those two images next to each other, 3 weeks apart, which show how in this period, while the Chinese on the 6th of June were talking about de-escalation, etc., in reality and on the ground, they built up more forces. Now this is the second image, and the only way you're going to understand this image is if you come really tight, and then I can show you from the 27th of May first. This is from the area just above the fourth finger, where if you see on the 27th of May, you can see some pink tents. So there is, as you go up the ridge, as you go up the hill, there is some Chinese deployment on the 27th of May as well, marked out in these three ovular circles. You see But when you come on the other side of the screen and you compare what's visible on the 12th of June with what can be seen on the 27th, you just see the number of tents that are visible having gone up substantially. Each of those structures you see are Chinese tents and deployments. But just in case you're wondering, how do we know that these are Chinese tents? Because we've been working with a renowned open source satellite imagery expert from the Indian Army who spent his whole life doing this professionally for the military. He's now sharing his insights, and this is what he did in military intelligence his entire life. That's why we're so certain of the analysis that's being put out on our network.
So Ladakh's Pangong Tso is turning out to be one of the biggest flashpoints between India and China. Top army officers have told India today that they are treating Pangong Tso as a semi-permanent face-off, which is expected to be stretched for the next few weeks, if not months, as this appears to be the most visible attempt to change status quo in eastern Ladakh. Sources say a parallel is being drawn internally with the Doklam standoff, which lasted over 70 days. Army also informed they have mobilized more than adequate troops for any eventuality in a sector where Chinese have built up more visibly and in greater numbers than any other. On Friday, Army Chief General Manoj Mukund Naravane, who spent 2 days in Ladakh this week, briefed Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on the situation along 832-kilometer frontier of eastern Ladakh with Chinese forces. Now, importantly, let's now take a look at Maharashtra, because Maharashtra recorded the highest ever single-day spike of 5,024 cases yesterday. With this, the coronavirus tally in the state has now inched towards the 1,50,000 mark. Presently, there are more than 65,000 active cases in Maharashtra, which is the worst affected state in the country. 1,297 new COVID cases were registered in Mumbai in just 24 hours. Sadly, 73 people have succumbed to the virus-related issues. On the other hand, 2,362 patients were discharged from hospitals as well, in a good news, taking the number of recovered patients to about 80,000. And now to a shocking story that has come from Tamil Nadu. Custodial deaths in India otherwise may not be unusual. The police have often been criticized by the Human Rights Commissions also for their action. But this specific story marks one of the worst episodes in history of Indian police atrocities. A father and a son in Thoothukudi were allegedly tortured, leading to their death, then later in hospital. Their crime? Allegedly, they kept their shops open during the lockdown hours. It is a report that should shock and outrage every citizen.
A father and son allegedly tortured and killed in police custody. The town of Thoothukudi, where anti-Sterlite protests years ago led to nationwide anger over police brutality, is now in the headlines again for the same reason. Two men, Jayaraj and Phoenix, were taken into custody for opening their shop during the lockdown. Their family has alleged that the father and son faced unspeakable torture at the hands of the cops, leading to their death in custody.
அதனால கண்டிப்பா அந்த ரெட்ட கொலைங்கறத அவங்க கண்டிப்பா ஃபைல் பண்ணி அவங்களுக்கு தக்க தண்டனை, அதாவது சும்மாலாம் இருக்க கூடாது, அதெல்லாம் இத மாற்றுக்கிறதுல சிவியர் கண்டிப்பா சிவியர் தண்டனை கொடுக்கணும். செய்யுங்கிறதே நாங்க நம்புறோம், ரொம்ப நம்புறோம்.
The details we are putting out is not for the faint-hearted. The men were allegedly stripped, beaten up so much that their skin peeled off their backs. Their shirts were soaked in blood, and they finally passed away in custody. The details of torture at the hands of the police is horrifying, a lot of which we have withheld in this report.
அடிக்கும்போது நாங்க வெளியே நின்று கண்ணாடி வழிய பாத்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கோம். நாங்க 7 மணிக்கு அடுத்த நாள் காலையில பார்க்கும்போது அவன் உட்கார்ந்துற இடம் புள்ள ரத்தம், அப்பா உட்கார்ந்துருக்க இடம் புள்ள ரத்தம், தாரத்தை மாத்தி கொடுக்கும். அந்த எஸ்ஏ தூங்கவே இல்லை, சாப்பிடவும் இல்லை. நானே 4 சாரம் கொடுத்துருக்கேன். அப்புறம் வண்டியில கூட்டு போகும்போது அவனுக்கு வலிக்க கூடாது, ஏன்னா பின்னால கறி இல்லல்ல.
The incident sparked widespread outrage in Tamil Nadu, leading to suspension of 2 cops. The Chief Minister has also promised a detailed probe.
திரு ஜெயராஜ் மற்றும் அவருடைய மகன் பென்னிக்ஸ் இதுவரையும் காவல்துறை கைது செய்து சிறையில் அடைத்திருக்கின்றார்கள். சிறையில் அடைத்த பிறகு அவர்கள் மருத்துவமனையிலே இறந்திருக்கின்றார். அதையெல்லாம் விசாரிப்பதற்காக கோவில்பட்டி மேஜிஸ்ட்ரேட் பிரேத பரிசோதனை நடைபெற்று கொண்டிருக்கின்றது.
DMK MP Kanimui also lashed out at the government. The Thoothukudi MP attended the last rites of Jairaj in Phoenix.
இவ்வளவு மோசமாக ஒரு கடை திறந்து வச்சிருந்தாங்க, குறிப்பிட்ட நேரத்தை தாண்டி திறந்து வச்சிருந்த ஒரே காரணத்துக்காக இப்படி 2 பேர் உயிரிழக்கக்கூடிய அளவுக்கு மிக மோசமாக தாக்கப்பட இந்த குடும்பத்திற்கு மட்டும் இல்ல, தமிழ்நாட்டு மக்களுக்கு ஒரு நியாயம் கிடைக்க வேண்டும்.
This incident had put the spotlight once again on the Tamil Nadu police and the excesses on those in custody. The 2 men did violate the law, but they were only trying to make a living during the pandemic.
The alleged custodial death of Jairaj and Phoenix has caused widespread protest across the state of Tamil Nadu. Even on social media, we're seeing that people have been drawing comparison with the death of the duo and that of George Floyd in the US and have been demanding for justice. People have been continuously echoing the fact that murder charges be filed against those who were involved in the tragic death of these 2 people. With camera person Daniel from Chennai, this is Akshay Nath for India Today.
And here,
hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.